biggest change that I see happening in the next 20 years that there is going to be a big overlapping among the different industries. So there is going to be a fierce competition among the mature industries. So for example, telecoms will fight with energy companies will fight with automotive companies and so on. I think that the biggest challenge is to try to have a vision and foresee what's going to happen 5 years from now and get ready and be prepared. The reason why Enel Green Power is so successful in the renewable sector is because we had a vision 5 years ago and we worked to make sure that things were happening following that vision. It's becoming a more and more sophisticated world that needs more and more sophisticated kind of professionalities. And I think that that's going to be one of the jobs of the future. So obviously with all this big change, the big shift that you see internally is not so much business model, it's not so much regarding the kind of technology you're using, but the kind of professions that you need to be able to compete and keep competing. Until 3 years ago, cybersecurity was almost a bad word, or at least a word nobody really knew what it meant. Now I think there is much more consciousness within the company of the danger that you have in moving into the digital world. Not all the suppliers in this case, I think, are prepared for this big shift. Which again is starting to create a situation where when you are selecting your supplier, you're not just selecting your supplier based on the quality and cost, but also in the capacity that they have in living and surviving in the digital world. Power sector is by definition very regulated. So it's much more important to have an open and understandable regulation than have an open trade market among the different countries. Our strategy is to diversify risk, and to diversify risk, we diversify in technologies that we use, and we diversify in geographies where we are in. And that helps us in hedging the overall risk of this company that is investing more than 2 billion euros every year in new plants.